After looking through the technical support application statistics, the agency decided to deal with the linearity of jokes in their spacesuits. Now you can always choose Joke 1 or Joke 2 if you buy a special Breathedge 2-button gamepad. Looks like there was a fight here. Judging by the tracks, two attackers knocked their opponent to the ground and tried kicking him for a long time, after which the victim died of old age as the attackers missed every time. Turret nearby. There's an engineering shuttle ahead. I wonder how you find everything so quickly. Is it because of my hints? That's a familiar way of repairing things. Did you study? I hope this underwear doesn't belong to him, although I still wouldn't touch it. It's unlikely that it will fly with a broken engine, but the design of the steering wheel is quite interesting. Turret active. Be careful. The service post. About 2 meters of high-strength alloy and no breaches in the security system. The object is classified, but I managed to download some information from the captain's bridge. You can remotely access the liner's core from here. This would be extremely useful. However, it is impossible to get inside unless you have an anti-armor weapon.
This is working autonomous oxygen station.
This is Knight Errant, the main weapon of the liner unnamed. It was meant to be used only in cases of emergency when the liner was attacked from the outside. Who would attack it, and what makes Knight Errant different from other turrets? The journalists didn't get a clear answer. It looks like Knight Errant's manual control panel. It's used in case of remote control system failure. Getting gear from inside the liner was impossible, therefore it wasn't fortified much. Guns nearby. What a strange place, but maybe we can find something useful here. It's not recommended to disassemble space beds, although it's not clear why. It's hard to find a simpler object. Looks like someone suffocated when stealing the TV after the crash. Speakers of the pleasure shuttle, ripped out and connected with the help of a cheap extension cord. Looks like he was trying to attract attention by playing loudly on his guitar, his acoustic guitar, and using a speaker in space. Too many military personnel per square kilometer. It's definitely a sign of trouble. Turret detected. Some kind of military spacesuit prototype with a jet booster. I wonder if it's possible to replicate this system without the risk of catching fire like he did. A large cluster of security robots detected. I'd recommend keeping out of their sight.
This is working autonomous oxygen station.
When assembling a new suit, don't forget to transfer my chest-mounted module to it. You can't fully use your spacesuit without a personal module. The linguistic analysis of the large inscription on the wall shows that it's module number 51. The government transported some military developments in it. You can
What's with your face, Private? Wise guy, eh? 2 extra duties.
It's unlikely that you can find another way into the military module. You must bypass this super intelligent AI.
General, welcome, sir. Yes, sir. General, sir.
It's worth noting, the robot gatekeepers can't be in the service, and therefore their involvement in the ranks of the armed forces is extremely improbable. Looks like some alcohol got spilled over its circuits in the crash. There's nothing interesting inside, except for the drawer runners. It's a decoder. Since I've violated all security protocols anyway, we can learn about the information exchanged between Breathedge coffins. There's no data on the design of fluorescent lamps. That's weird. This looks more like some virtual communication between underdeveloped human beings, but it's even more incoherent and lacks logic. Why would coffins need such information? That's a good door. I bet you can't break it. I told you we could handle it easily. It seems that you've successfully completed the work for this Lisinski by destroying the spacesuits together with the captain's bridge. However, this blueprint can help you create a similar one. A detailed plan of the transport. You naturally remember that my intelligence and charm, along with the entire chest-mounted block, must be transferred to a new spacesuit for it to function fully, don't you? It seems that the stand for the suit is broken, although it won't be difficult to fix it. Quite an unusual face, although the gatekeeper's reaction to the chicken has become more clear. A detailed plan of the service module. If you try to transfer some of the technological features of this ancient device to modern broken reel-to-reel tape recorders, you might get a working prototype, or an explosion. The new suit won't reduce the core's activity, but will increase your radiation resistance, which is equivalent. Almost. Of all the potential of the Cedar spacesuit, you managed to use only its improved material for the lining, but even this is enough to increase your chances of survival. Turret active. Be careful. Wow, that's a whole kernel. Or perhaps he's not quite whole. In any case, a government suit of such a level should be equipped with a good oxygen cylinder. Unfortunately, the cylinder was badly damaged. Not everyone can bite through an expander, and not everyone is able a very competent pipeline distribution. Interesting. An intact monitoring cabin. If we find some cameras that are connected to it, then we can see something useful. Only the main weapon of the liner, Knight Errant, could have made such holes. If it's still functioning, I really hope that Knight Errant will not react to an object as small as your body. Docking gates. These are obsolete, although they come in quite handy in case of emergency evacuation. You've seen such a lamp somewhere already. I think you could assemble one like this yourself, for some unknown purpose. On such old docking airlocks, there must be some detailed information on how to assemble, maintain, and repair them. Probably. I am not sure about the composition of modern Mayo products, and therefore I advise you to be careful. Their current physical properties are unknown. A large part of the mayonnaise is frozen, but there is some strange activity in some of the balls, if it really is mayo, as indicated in the invoices. Looks like the mayo tanks weren't only on the port side. There's a chance to find something here that can be launched into the core. I have no idea who would need that amount of mayo in space, but we need to find a way to get this whole thing into the liner's core to reduce its activity. Nothing of interest. The latest issues of this magazine were uploaded to my database for speaking with teenagers, but unfortunately, there are no data about the discharge cells or any modern particle beam weapon in general. But according to the blueprint, it's somewhere inside the gun's barrel. I don't think you should poke your nose in there. If the gun doesn't work, it doesn't mean you can poke your head right into its barrel. Apparently, these are the discharge cells. It's unlikely got one. Second discharge cell installed. I hope it doesn't start firing right away once you fixed it. Only one left. And we're done. I might be wrong, but is Knight Errant preparing to shoot? No, it's not. But I'm starting to understand why you repaired this weapon. I'd like to warn you that shooting from it is pure madness. Therefore, I strongly recommend not to come near Knight Errant's manual control panel. Take the... Yes, I had exactly the same idea. Knight Errant must break through the airlock's armor, damaging the latching mechanism. Try aiming and shooting at the lower latch so as not to damage the module. Seems like you only have one shot before the weapon's batteries go completely flat. Knight Errant is in running order. Fire! I'm not sure this is a good time to comment, but the shot didn't go well. Although you did damage the armor for sure, together with half the equipment. An armored airlock with complex entry control system. The system was so complex that it was the first one to fail. However, this doesn't prevent the door from remaining armored. We won't find any other way into the module anyway. With such damage, we won't be able to control the core remotely, but we can use the core protection protocol and open additional cooling valves in the liner. For that, find the central panel and try to guess the 9-digit password. A detailed plan of the habitation module. This fake console, assembled literally from different pieces of trash, refutes the statements of its manufacturers about the impossibility of repairing their device by rule of thumb due to its incredible complexity. Most likely, the passenger died because of a harmless toy that clogged the air outflow. Sometimes a dust collector is still worth cleaning, although this leads to interesting design solutions. A detailed plan of the service module. Automatic maintenance team. I wouldn't touch them unless necessary. This must be the central panel. Someone liked to break lamps because it doesn't look a bit like repair work. On the first try. That was easy.
You unable to lie. You could not just do something and not break something. Tell truth. Confirm.
I suspect that the panel is a bit out of order, but judging by the sensors, an undocumented passage was hidden under it. There's no information about these rooms. Something happened here, although you probably already noticed it. It's definitely one of the Breathedge agency coffins. Looks like you're not the only one who's fond of destroying important equipment. Now I... So it's not the size that makes the liner unnamed unique, but its latest energy. Maybe that's what drew the attention of the Green Universe radicals. We better forget this classified information. The cause of death is a blunt injury to the head. Core's activity detected. It looks like you were able to start the protection protocol, although the ship's documentation says it's only possible during a natural disaster. You've got talent. The remains of a military blaster. Civilians don't have access to such technologies. If you try to assemble such a weapon, I will be forced to send a report to proper authorities through the damaged communication channel in your suit. We cannot deny the fact that Green Universe was involved in the crash of the liner, but some details in their behavior and death don't correspond to the modus operandi of the attack.
This is working autonomous oxygen station.
The cost of Breathedge agency funerals is the lowest on the market of funeral services. However, some people still prefer to bury their relatives in a slipshod manner. A very odd composition, but apparently this Mayo doesn't want to freeze. There's also no danger to the spacesuit's material, but I'm not sure it's reasonable to stay here with such visibility. In addition, the composition's density prevents you from moving quickly. Oddly enough, the death resulted from an acute allergic reaction to an unknown substance. The Breathedge Funeral Agency strongly recommends using only approved food products in order to determine the cause of your death more accurately. He gave me a brilliant idea how to enhance the handy scrapper. The victim may have tried to press the barbell with his Adam's apple, but this presumption may not be accurate. Bodybuilding is a sports culture of the past. It died together with its followers because 16 kilograms of metal that never became the ship's plating. we won't need that. Small modern engines can do without burning fuel, which is much safer. Someone clearly overestimated the value of the mayonnaise, allocating an autonomous tank for it equipped with an auto-flight system. Although considering our situation, it's a great opportunity to launch it without any problems by fixing one of the engines and disengaging the tank from the module. These are the brackets mounting the tank to the module. You'd better find them all and detach them before you start, or at best, all this debris will spin and be torn apart with the tank right here. You can try to repair the bracket, but since you will destroy it during the repair process, it will be easier to break it beforehand. These are the brackets mounting the tank to the module. You'd better find them all and detach them before you start, or at best, all this debris will spin and be torn apart with the tank right here. Seems that detaching the bracket without getting your hands as well as other parts of your body dirty will be impossible. The engine is installed, now the tank will probably be able to fly. What a strange place, but maybe we can find something useful here. There must be some control systems inside. If the airlock isn't damaged, then we need to find it, get into the tank, start the engine, somehow leave before it starts, and hope that when flying away, the tank will collect at least some part of the flowing spilled mayo. An airlock. Seems to be intact. Seems like the gas coming into the mayo doesn't let it freeze. I have a feeling that something is wrong with this mayonnaise. Apart from the inconsistency of its composition, overly complex technologies are used to transport such biological debris. Although, all the tanks are specified as mayonnaise ones in all the invoices related to the liner. This vacuum cleaner is called Rocket for a reason. With it having such a powerful engine, it is really possible to fly it if you bypass some technical limitations. Unbelievable. This is heaven knows what, but it's certainly not a simple tank for storing food products. A detailed plan of the transport module. All data indicate that the mayonnaise is not mayonnaise, and the tank was an integral part of the systems of the liner unnamed. We have to start the centrifuge, even just out of scientific interest. A special patch and a bloated spacesuit indicating increased gas production due to excessive broccoli. The data analysis on the crash of the liner and the nature of the damage allows us to state with great confidence that the damage caused to the mayo tanks by the abruptly stopped centrifuge was one of the causes of the liner's depressurization and ejection from the warp. These data confirm the possible involvement of the green universe in the disaster. Despite the fact that the task involved pumping out gas to create a miniature engine with an igniter, your barbaric method for correctly lighting the rear end is recognized as effective. It's time to check the control panel. Something went wrong. On the one hand, this is bad news. On the other hand, you're still not flying correctly into the control panel. But I advise you get out of here as soon as possible. Yep, both there. Two, if the core was damaged and the mayo from the central cooling circuit was... Your incredible dexterity, together with incredible luck and incredibly linear scripts, works wonders. In any case, there's a decrease in the core's activity. It looks like we've broken the task. The sensors detect a significant decrease in radiation. Unfortunately, so much debris got into the core that we now have even less time before it destabilizes. I recommend exploring new areas and I can't say for sure, but apparently it was a backup power cell of the newest nuclear warp installation in the core of the liner. What we have seen is one of the most protected. By the way, did you notice that you've passed the third chapter? I think I forgot to display the text about it. Unfortunately, it's still impossible to track the location of your interlocutor. If some kind of script doesn't trigger here right now, we'll be stuck here for a long time. But I think Chapter 4 started quite a while ago, didn't it? Seems like you did something wrong, as always. I suggest you start a new game and try again. Come to think of it, forget it. Judging by the analysis of my sensors, the launch mayonnaise was completely absorbed by the core and destabilized it. The radiation level decreased to a critical minimum. It's time to visit Normandy before it's too late. What a strange place, but maybe we can find something useful here.